Hello and welcome to
Country House Confidential.
Country House Confidential. Don't crash.
Don't crash.
So, Will, where
Hello.
are we today?
So we're on the roof right now. We had to navigate a very narrow corridor to get up here, and we couldn't get chairs up here, so we're sitting on cushions. Hope you're comfortable.
It's very bohemian, but also quite aristocratic. I quite like this combination. And I don't know whether we're going to edit this in or edit this out, but our erstwhile producer and all-round legend, Tom, not only had to carry all of this stuff up to the top in 30-degree heat, set it up with umbrellas all over all of the kit, but also filmed that opening shoot with a bit of a drone, which subsequently crashed into one of the.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
One of the many chimneys up here.
One of the many. It's definitely a hazard.
They just jump out at you.
I tell you what, though, it's given me an idea. This would be a really cool place to do drone racing. Ever thought of that?
Yeah, I have. You're not the
In
first
and
one
out
to say
of the
that.
chimneys.
Yeah. How would that work? Are there people that do that? Is that a thing, or do we?
Never heard of drone racing.
Have you never heard of drone racing?
I haven't.
It is definitely a thing. I've never seen it. I think it was one of those things that was more of a thing when drones first became a thing. And now everyone's got a drone. It's no longer much of a thing. But all that to say, we're on the roof.
We're on the roof.
Yeah.
And again, please, if you're listening to this podcast, make sure that you're watching it because it's pretty cool to be up here. It's 33 degrees
Oh, it's so
up
hot.
in Shropshire.
It's roasting.
It is absolutely roasted.
The really unfortunate thing is Tom's cameras are so good that they're probably catching all of our sweat drops.
Every bead of sweat. But Cassie, you're looking good. You've got your sunglasses on.
Yeah. I grew up in Florida after all. I'm used to this.
Is this cold for you?
I'm back in the swamp. Back in my country, in Florida, everyone be wearing Uggs right now.
Yeah.
It's a bit breezy.
It's a little bit breezy up here. Will, on the other hand, has decided not to go for sunglasses and refuse sun cream. So,
I mean, the fact he's wearing
real
a shirt
man.
is like...
My holidays consist of, if we go out for a couple of days, it consists of spending about 3 hours in the sun, getting very sunburned, regressing every minute, going back home, going, that was a great holiday. Every time, rinse and repeat.
have you ever had sunburn so bad that you just can't sleep?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
I've
the
had a
worst.
sunburn so bad that I could hear my skin crinkling when I rolled over in bed.
Crinkling.
Yeah, actually crinkling and wrinkling like it was made out of thin paper.
Horrible. What are you doing to your body? It's absolutely awful. So, tell me about the roof, Will. You've probably been up here many times. This is my first time.
Yeah,
Hopefully not the last.
I mean, we used to take guests up here quite a lot, and then I realised there's quite a big health and safety risk because of the wires and everything else, and I was advised not to take people up on the roof. But I still like to if people ask. Let's
We
sign something.
we used to come up here when we were 19 with a 2-liter bottle of Strongbow, crack it open, and sit up in the heat all day playing chess on the roof.
Now, that leads me to a very obvious question. Did you, Will, or Casty, wee off the side?
No comment.
I don't think it'd be feasible for me.
No. We did go through, I remember when I was younger, we did go through a phase of trying to find the most amazing landscapes.
spot.
Yeah, and take photos. A brilliant idea. This would be up there, wouldn't it? Just off the side over
I
there
mean, it'd help us find leaks.
with the view of the Severn.
And I tell you what, the only other time I come up to the roof is when it starts pissing it down with rain. And we'll go, let's go to the roof, let's find the leaks. So we'll be traipsing up here in the pissing rain looking for these leaks as they drip through the ceiling.
Oh, when was the last time you had a leak?
We've always got leaks, Stephen. I shouldn't
When
be
was the last
saying
time you
this.
didn't have a leak?
That's a better question.
It's only really in big storms, massive, it's once a year. So the last one I can think of was probably November, October of last year. It was big time.
I think we might have been recording an episode and there was a big kind of steel bin, a steel kind of bucket,
Oh, yeah.
letting the water drop down. It's quite eerie in the main.
That leak's been fixed. We
Okay.
put some duct tape over that one. All the
yeah.
a lot of leaks just have buckets under them, or all our Victorian bathtubs have now found a place in the roof attic space, collecting water. Yeah. So the leaks, if we're up here, we're looking to repair
Yes.
what has been
Not looking to
an afterthought for many
Drink
decades.
Strongbow and play chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just note that as we have a lovely chat, Tom has taken off his shirt and draped it across the laptop to make sure that it doesn't overheat. That is serious commitment. So if we suddenly cut out halfway through an episode, that's why.
We finally found a place Tom can't film.
Now, it is so hot that I saw on the journey down, I saw obviously very kind of parched earth, lots of cows congregating under the trees. But what else I saw was the 3 bulls, which we can talk about. 3 big bulls, very quite intimidating for any man. Big bulls hiding underneath a tree right next to the chapel. So does that add to the kind of wedding vibe when the happy couple to the chapel, and they've got these kind of, they're almost pouring at the ground, aren't they?
Oh, so non-threatening.
It really helps us ensure that guests are getting to the chapel as quickly as possible, so as not to delay the ceremony. So it's a strategic positioning.
Okay. Well, maybe
that's the silver lining. We're making the best of it.
We're making the best. It wasn't our choice.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that electric fence is putting in some work.
I tell you what, I contacted the farmer. I said, hey, any chance there's another field you can put them in or something like that?
A few thousand acres to play with.
Yeah, I'm sure there's another field. Is that a thing? And they replied back saying, I'm afraid there's no other field. What we'll do is we'll put up another electric fence. So we have 2 electric fences.
They're
So if you
double-wired.
get zapped once, you get zapped twice, and then you get eaten by a bull.
Now, is this a very, very basic thing to say? But if someone rocked up at the wedding with a big red dress, would it be like a red rag to a bull? And that's about gold. Anyone who comes to Berwick from now on,
Don't wear red.
Don't wear white, because that's impolite, and don't wear red.
It's a minefield.
I was carrying down a brand new runner to line the aisle of the chapel a couple weeks ago. It's this massive red roll of fabric that I'm stumbling down the driveway with, and my rolls.
Yeah.
And I never know what to do. Do I make eye contact? Do I
You got to be polite, don't you?
But how do I come across as non-threatening?
You got to play cool.
You got to be really cool.
Hey, bull, I'm just a human.
Nice to see you. I'm respecting your boundaries extensively as I walk past, and I acknowledge your presence politely.
Yeah. And respect the size of your testicles.
Yes, and I will not say Toro. Toro, or...
They are quite remarkable. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a little bit of a drone shot of the whole area, so that we can maybe reference some of the things that we'll talk about on this podcast. Because there's a lot, obviously, beyond the house that we've been kind of covering room by room. There's a lot of other buildings and different parts of the kind of area of the estate that we're in. But one thing I wanted to speak about, I don't think we've really spoken about a lot, is the almshouses.
Oh, yes.
So as you drive in on Berwick Estate, it's a decent length drive, and on your right hand side, I think as you're going down, there are these 19th century, maybe earlier cottages.
So old.
Maybe
17th century.
17th century.
Yeah.
Just this row of all this kind of terrace of cottages, and those are the almshouses. So, and Cassidy, you're quite involved in those, or have been.
I'm increasingly involved in the almshouses.
Tell me about the almshouses.
So the almshouses are one of the longest continually running almshouses in the country. An almshouse, for those who aren't aware, is a building that historically houses residents of low income. So ours are primarily for retirees who have limited retirement funding and need a place to live in a community where they've got what's the term? Someone watching over them effectively. So there's a groundskeeper who kind of plays a dual role of checking in on everyone and making sure everyone's got what they need. And if someone's on a top floor flat and needs to be put on a short list for a ground floor flat, she'll make note of that.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's almost like an assisted living, but it's quite independent.
Yeah. How many people do you have in the almshouse?
There's 14 flats there now. So there's 14 individuals. 14, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, so I was told back in the 90s, somebody once told me that my granny used to interview people to go into the almshouses. And one of the questions she asked them was, how often do you go to church? And if they said they don't go to church, they don't get in. And she couldn't figure out why no one was getting in.
Well, it's quite related because the almshouses and the chapel were funded by a man named Samuel Jones, who used to own Berwick Estate. And he died without an heir, and he regretted how he lived his life. And so he had no one to leave his wealth to before Berwick House and the estate was sold. So he bequeathed, which is a funny word, bequeathed his funds to to restore and enlarge the chapel and build the almshouses.
So he built the almshouses.
He did, and it is still his word on. It's still like the way it's governed is as it was left by him in his will,
Wow.
and that is beholden to the law. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so when
So they will be almshouses in perpetuity.
yes, yeah, and there was a rumor I think that your dad wanted to change them into commercial units. Didn't
Oh, that's
he?
brilliant. What
Hang
what
on,
would be the
before-
most appropriate? It'll be like, you
Yeah,
know, some kind of
before
like
we-
nightclub, out of town nightclub. That's what
Before we
should be on
completely
those.
discredit my poor dad, it was a comment in passing made by somebody years ago, and they said, "Oh, by the way, did you know that your dad?"
Wanted to commercialize these
Yeah.
as apartments.
You've
Yeah.
got to remember. You've got to remember that there's context that comes with that. So my dad, that lived here for a long time, he propped up the entire house and the farming operation for a good 15 years or so.
On his
With his
personal income.
Personal income.
I'm not
and his
discrediting.
kids.
I want to be clear. I'm not discrediting
Yeah.
Henry James. He was an amazing man who did a lot of work, and he actually showed me around the roof the first time I ever came to visit.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Tell Stephen about the first time you met him.
First time I met Will's dad, I had like funky dyed hair, few facial piercings, nose ring, really loud. I liked colorful makeup, so I came in looking like a bit like I don't know.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
That would be my.
Yeah,
no,
but
so
Possibly.
I was 19, so it was very edgy, and that was the look I wanted to present. And
Avril
still,
Lavigne, I think,
deep
should
down,
try
I
it.
still do. And he said to me, we were sat in the library, and he said, "I've always thought people with piercings and loud makeup and crazy colored hair just making up for a lack of personality."
But he
What do
always
you say to that?
he always said his teeth made up for his personality. He always said that added character to his
Yeah,
personality.
he had smoker's teeth.
Terrible teeth.
English teeth.
Terrible teeth.
But the almshouses, the governing of these almshouses is quite strict. And I really respect how much Samuel Jones's legacy from like the 1670s has been protected over time. Because when he died and didn't have heirs, the estate was sold to the then tenants, who were named the Hosiers. And they were sued 7 years later for failing to upkeep the almshouses.
Really?
They were.
Wow.
How'd you
Yeah.
know this?
What can I say? I've researched your family quite a bit.
Should I be concerned?
Cassidy did some serious due diligence before marrying.
Yeah, did you
No, I usually
research
do
my
that
family
when I-
before
yeah,
we
yeah.
got married or
Yes,
after?
Tell me about the almshouses. So, you know,
A week into going out.
But they're an
Cassidy
amazing
just
group of
wanted to commercialize them.
Yeah.
I've attempted to. Well, I'm getting increasingly involved in the almshouses. I'm working towards becoming a trustee of the almshouses to carry on Samuel Jones's vision
Yeah.
for the building and its tenants.
Did they ever come to the house?
They do, yeah. So a couple years ago, I started a volunteer group just to help us like chip away at the gardens and to help me digitize all of these like handwritten letters that we had found in our cellar. And I had quite a few almshouses residents sign up, and so like once a week they would all come to the house and we'd have tea and coffee and we'd sit in the library together and
That was so
transcribe
fun.
letters,
Yeah, that was so fun.
digitize letters,
We should start
A
that again.
little bit like kind of slave labor, but you know,
paid in tea and coffee,
agency, coffee and biscuits.
purely voluntary.
Sure.
And it was quite fun because they were discovering, you know, the history of the estate that they're living on.
Yeah, it's really cool. Did you ever come across them when you were growing up?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
this kind of, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
big,
long-term.
big old set of flats full of old people.
So, I tell you,
Some of them have been there for 30 years.
Oh wow! So no Will since he was
Yeah.
0.
yeah, I've known a lot of them for a very, very, very long time, pretty much all my life. And actually, the one person that comes to my mind that I've known for a very long time is Bob.
Oh, shout out to Bob.
Shout out to Bob. Bob is the estate handyman. And if Bob doesn't know the answer to the question, nobody knows.
But Bob doesn't live at the almshouse.
No, he
lives
doesn't.
after it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
Okay,
person I know is Edwina. Not Will's mum,
no Will's
Edwina,
mum. Yeah.
but almshouse's resident Edwina, who's the sweetest, best gardening advice, absolute gem of a human being who's been in the almshouses for about 30 years.
Oh,
they're all lovely. They're all absolutely lovely. They
it
really
must
are.
be quite fun for them just to kind of hang out with each other, get
Mm.
their own space. It's not
Oh, it's like
a retirement home
They
in the
have a-
kind of old sense of the word.
So there's 14 flats, 13 of them are occupied and one is kept as like a guest residence. So whenever they have got someone visiting them, they take turns using that spare flat
That's
for
clever.
their guests to stay in because everything's one bedroom there.
We should
Oh.
have Edwina on the podcast.
We should.
Get Sandra.
And they've got a communal kitchen. So a mistake I made when we started this business is I thought I'd be really helpful. We've got loads of leftover like groceries still in their packaging. We were getting lots of like leftover hog roasts and stuff. They haven't got a fridge in their commercial kitchen, in their communal kitchen.
In their shared kitchen.
Yeah.
So they don't have a fridge in their kitchen.
I
Was that another thing
change that.
inscribed by what's his face?
You must not.
No fridges.
Samuel Jones.
Strictly.
And
So he was very anti-fridges.
I very naively thought I was being very helpful by dropping off lots of leftover food and things like packaged bread and, you know, like room temp keeping items were much appreciated. But what wasn't appreciated is when we drop off like half a roast pig
Yeah.
and then
Right.
get really busy at the house and forget to come pick up the entrails when it's slowly rotting away in their
Tiramisu.
kitchen. Is
Yeah. I think
one of them very politely said to me, Cassidy, it's lovely that you share all your leftovers with us and like unused toiletries and stuff with us, but the rotting carcass of pig left for like a week is not the best. I was like, oh, sorry, just got really busy. I kind of thought, I don't know what I thought. It was a bit naive on my part.
But yeah, I think that's quite a good example of presents that end up being much more trouble than they're worth.
Yes.
And we've discussed this before, but I think prints, non-standard size prints, photos, paintings, whatever it is that someone gifts you is just such a good example of a present that's more trouble than it's worth.
Okay,
because you've got to frame it.
I've thought about this.
It's 3 times as much.
I've thought about this. If I'm going to give a picture, I'll give a picture with all the hanging equipment, and I'll often pay for somebody to come and hang it as well where they want.
That's nice.
Because you don't want that. You don't want to just give a picture and go, here's a thing. You do the work.
I think the most inconvenient gift is like a pet.
A pet.
Yeah, like if someone gave you a puppy or something.
Yes.
Like when our dog Frida died, my mother-in-law, Will's mom, bless her, was like, started reaching out to Great Dane breeders.
Okay.
So we had a 2-year-old Great Dane who passed away.
Yeah.
She had cancer, and we were heartbroken. And Will's mother very sweetly was like, I can fix this heartbreak. They need another dog. So she started reaching out to these Great Dane breeders. And suddenly I was getting inundated. 2 days after our dog died.
No.
Are you going to come see the puppies?
Yeah.
Edwina said you're really interested in coming to see the puppies, and they're waiting for you, and here's their tragic backstory, and they need a home. And it was like,
No.
My mum is what you call a fixer.
Yes,
Any problem.
that is her love language. She will fix it for you. She will
Yes.
pat you on the back and fix it for you.
I know it's coming from a good place, but yeah.
That
would
is
have
not,
been-
That's not what you need, because much like relationships, you need a rebound dog. You need what, like, there's just a bit of a fling. You need to look up before you invest in the next dog. You need to like look after one for a
I would
couple of
argue
weeks.
a rebound dog is like your friend's dog.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
go
that you
snuggle
can-
with.
yeah,
You have no responsibility over. You're not in charge of taking care of them when you're grieving.
Yeah.
You don't have to take them for a walk when you just want to lay in bed all day because you miss your dog.
Oh.
That was hard though, losing Frida.
Yeah.
She was only 2.
Yeah.
She was a Great Dane, and I don't know a lot of Great Dane owners. I'm still meeting them, and I'll meet them and these Great Dane owners, and they'll tell me that we had a short straw. We got dealt.
That's really.
'Cause, I mean, Great Danes don't live that long, but 2 is particularly
Yeah,
young.
it really sucks.
Yeah.
Great Dane.
Yeah, that was a shame. So it took us like a year and a half, and then we got another Great Dane. But I still didn't think I was ready. But Will said, "Look at this Great Dane I found online. They don't want her anymore because she's too ugly. She's too ugly to be a show dog." And that tugged on the heartstrings.
She was an
Will,
uggo.
you knew what you were doing there. with the
Sorry.
whole
That's what they
ugly
said to me. She was an uggo, and I was like, I need it.
thing. So we're up on the roof, and there's lots of other buildings and things to explore. Will, what would you say is your favourite building on the estate that's not the main house?
The favourite area is probably the Fern Grotto, which is down at the bottom of the terrace. And I think it's very funny because it was installed by Florence.
No, pre that. It's
Is it Mr.
James
Watson?
Watson.
Was it?
Yeah.
So Mr. Watson installed this fern grotto, and it never grew any ferns because it was too dark. So every generation has attempted to grow ferns through various infrastructural means. So my granny kicked the roof in and installed a glass panel on the top of the fern grotto. Didn't work. Somebody else put a lot of soil into the room to grow ferns. Didn't work. So now it's just an empty, cavernous room at the bottom of the terrace with a roof falling in.
It looks like a cave.
I was
For
going
a
to say,
while.
I think you need to describe it. What is a fern grotto?
Oh, you mean you don't have a
Yeah,
fern
I was
grotto
gonna say,
in your own garden?
Say, it's like a
No.
yeah. it's like a shed.
Oh, sorry, I thought everyone had a fern grotto.
Yeah, it's a room at the end of the terrace that has like I don't know how to describe it.
Basically, it is a cave,
Mm-hmm.
a man-made cave with holes in the wall and a few chunks of clear quartz in the ceiling,
Okay.
like unevenly dispersed, to attempt to allow light to filter through.
I was always told by my dad that around the corner there's a big hole in the floor and I shouldn't go in there because he was worried I'd fall in the hole. The truth is, he didn't want me going in there because the roof was quite fragile.
Yes. It's all under the gardens. It's like...
Oh, it's
It's
under the
kind of
garden.
Yeah, it's under the gardens.
Next episode.
Tom's already like... oh,
Next
God.
episode, Fern Grotto.
The Fern Grotto. Have you ever slept there?
I've never slept there, I don't think.
You
It
must
looks-
have had some interest. You must, as a kid,
Stephen, I'm
slept
sorry.
outside places. And
It's a total bat hole.
oh, is it horrible?
It's got
Is it
to
quite
be a
creepy?
bat hole. Yeah, it is a bit creepy.
Okay.
And
all
for
right.
a while, we thought it was an ice room before we figured out what it was actually for.
I still think the abandoned gardener's cottage, which I think is someone living there now.
No.
No, sorry. Okay, it is. I'd say that's the creepiest place on
It's
the
been
planet.
done up
Mm.
a little bit.
A little bit. We're slowly doing it up.
We
slowly
painted it.
improving it.
All the paint peeled off, but we painted it.
I was going to say, having been to the gardener's cottage, it needs a bit more than just a lick of paint.
We were quoted on it, actually. We've got the numbers. We know what it takes to make it right.
to make it right.
It was quite reasonable, I thought.
Do you want to guess?
So the gardener's cottage is relatively small,
It's 3-bed,
3-bed.
1.5 bath.
Yeah, nice. Well, again, it should have beautiful gardener's grounds around it, right? You
But it
know,
don't.
But it don't. But it could. To redo that, to make it look nice. Bearing in mind, the last time I saw it, it was during the zombie apocalypse, where there were undead people that I had to shoot and like fake blood
There
on
was
the wall.
blood on the walls.
Yes.
It's not the ideal viewing setup.
I would say 150 grand.
Why? I just
Try a fifth of that.
What
Yeah.
is this, Bob? Is this
Is
Bob
this
the
Bob?
Bodger?
It's me. Me with a
I'll do
hammer.
it for 30 grand.
We'll put a layer of duct tape over the whole thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
fun.
As long as you don't want a fridge. We don't believe in fridges in those estates. Yeah, I like that place. I think it's creepy and it's old, and yeah, it needs to be put to good use.
The Bothy's lived in now. We've done the Bothy up.
Where is the bothy?
The Bothy's right next door. So the Bothy's
okay.
attached to the gardener's cottage.
All right, we'll
and
get the
that's-
drone on it.
Yeah, and that's lived in now. So we've done that up. But I can't think of any other building that's like.
Is that
Ooh,
really your
cool.
favorite? The Fern Grotto?
Yeah, I just it,
I don't even. Could you even call that a building? Is it just a hole?
it's just a cave, isn't it? Really?
Mm.
That's your favorite. You've got a house like this, and your favorite,
Stephen asked, yeah.
your
Yeah,
favorite
what's your-
thing is a hole in the ground that was supposed to grow ferns but doesn't.
Hell yeah. What's yours?
Stable block.
I like the stable block.
Yeah.
We'll get it on the drone. The
Yeah.
stable block is the coolest thing in the world. And what we might do is, if you can get the stable block on the drone, I think we should put a poll out and say, what should we do as an event in that central block, in the central area? Because there is, like, whether I'm not going to give any ideas, but there's a lot of cool, like, sporting things that you could do.
Cow
or
milking
festival.
contest.
Yeah, I mean, bullfighting if you if you were that way inclined.
We could
Yeah,
let the 3 out of the field straight to the stable block.
yeah, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one standing wins.
I like the stable block. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a break. And when we come back, I've got 3 things that I want to talk about. It says on my phone that the temperature is too high. So my phone needs to cool down. But there are 3 things that I want to talk about. Cassidy, can you remind me what those 3 things are? There's something to do with the girth of a microphone,
Yeah, microphone girth.
something to do with gherkins and will,
2 shits in the night.
Yeah.
and 2 shits in the night.
I slipped on a gherkin.
And
I slipped
that
on a
time
pickle.
Will slipped on a pickle.
All right, we'll be right back.
Bad times.
All right, welcome back. It's still really hot, isn't it?
It's so hot.
It's cool enough. It's cool enough.
Yeah, Cassidy, you're a hot animal.
Yeah.
Steady on, Stephen.
I think just a caveat in the second part of this episode, I have recently had my first kid. So my brain is probably, I don't know what the stats are, but I reckon you lose about 40 points of IQ and at least
No.
50% of your elocution.
Overnight.
So calling you a hot animal was as good as like.
How's it been? It's been about 3 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Hence, there's been a little bit of a gap in the podcast. But
Congratulations.
yeah, thank
You're
you very much.
firstborn.
Firstborn.
Congrats.
I did say so often. My wife Beth is in the background as one of our very few audience members. And I was like, "Oh, Beth, you should come today. We're going to be up on the roof. It's going to be really fun. Bring Agatha. It's fantastic." And having scaled the rickety steps onto the roof,
It's probably for the best.
and realised that the whole roof is kind of lead lined, you're like, okay, maybe Agatha shouldn't, as a 2-week-old child.
I
Probably
think if you're
shouldn't.
trying to keep your child away from lead, Berwick's roof is probably not
That's one
the
of
place.
that's one of the key things I'm trying to keep Agatha away from: lead and the bulls.
Berwick's roof specifically. Bill and Cassidy.
So anyway, let's talk about. Well, where do you want to start? I've got a microphone girth, 2 shots in the it says on my notes 2 shots in the night, but I think that is 2 shits in the night. So,
Is autocorrected to get rid of profanities.
Cassidy, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the microphone girth, Stephen.
Mine's pretty decent.
This was I had an odd request at a wedding a few weeks ago where the father of the bride was sweating his speech quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he'd been rehearsing in front of the mirror. But he came up to me the morning of the wedding and said, I've got the missing piece of, I know what will help me remember the speech. I've been practicing in front of the mirror, but I haven't been holding my hand at the right size, like for the microphone. So could you show me your microphone so I can measure how big my hand needs to be? That's okay. Ran into the drawing room, grabbed our microphones. He stood there and grabbed it. And then he let go of it, but his hand was still positioned as if he was holding on to the microphone.
Oh my God.
And he's like, okay, thank you very much. And he ran upstairs to go back to the mirror to continue practicing his speech with his hand
Oh my word.
positioned as if it was
He
around
ain't
the
got the right
microphone.
girth.
He was clearly very nervous.
Oh,
That's why.
Did you?
He nailed his speech.
Did he nail the speech?
Yeah.
Because that does sound like, there's the kind of tipping point. You want to be appropriately prepared, but as soon as you go over the top, then it can actually, it's diminishing returns and go backwards.
You would have scored those 40 IQ points in eloquence back if you had only prepared ahead of this podcast by asking Tom to measure the girth.
That's a very good point. Usually the microphones are just laid out in front of us. This is probably putting me off. So
That's a girthy microphone.
I'm not sure that your father of the bride would be able to cope with a girth like that.
No, this would have thrown him completely off, I'm sure.
I have a question. We have a lot of wedding guests that listen to this podcast, and they're probably wondering what makes a good speech. Perhaps you could sort of inspire a little bit and tell us a little bit about what makes a good speech, because we've heard a lot.
You have heard a lot. Touch of humor, short and sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes to both. I think that's it.
So you've already got opinions. You're just asking my opinion. We've seen 50-minute speeches.
Ooh.
They're lovely, lovely for the first 4 minutes, and then everyone just wants to get on the dance floor.
But that's when you play speech bingo. That's the only time to do it. Everyone on the table picks a word or a phrase, and every time that person, the speaker, says that word or phrase, you have to drink.
What do you think the most commonly said word or phrase is during wedding speeches?
Thank you. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Beautiful could
The word,
be.
it's
Yeah.
got to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a common player. That should be the center of the bingo card, because you can just assume it's going to be
I saw a speech once by a comedian, and I really want somebody to do it, because the comedian started an audience member. Have you seen this? Counting down from 60, and every time the comedian would point to the audience member would say where they're at. So they'd say 50, 49, and then they point 38, and he'd use that number in his speech somehow. So he would go,
That's clever.
yeah,
That's
it was
way too computer science for me.
It was really clever, and it was really funny. I'll dig it up. It was very funny.
Yeah, again, I just don't know whether father of the brides have got that, especially nervous ones that are thinking about microphone girth.
I was about to
The peril of improving on the number 24 or whatever it is. I think that would probably send them into an early grave.
I think definitely the best speeches we've heard have been the ones where the microphone girth is prepared in advance. That's the key.
I think a lot of people listen to this podcast for kind of hints and tips on things.
I'd
so
say the microphones.
Get your girth right.
The microphones we have at Berwick are about banana girth. So if you practice your speech with a banana, you should be spot on.
I think knowing the girth of the microphone is probably the most important thing.
Of the whole day.
Yeah.
The whole
What about 2 shits in the night? Is this not just Will on a Thursday? Or?
This is literally Will saying, Cassidy and I are like, he said this to a couple. It's like, oh yeah, we take turns. We're just like 2 shits in the night.
I was so tired, and I just I mispronounced it, and I said 2 shits in the night.
I think it's 2 ships in the night.
Yeah, they didn't correct me. They just sort of laughed awkwardly, and then I thought about it afterwards. I was like, I'm sure that's not
I
right.
think it's accurate though. We really are just 2 shits.
You are 2 shits in the night.
Really.
It was also, I think speaking to you, Will, with this kind of, with the hat, is a little bit like the firm grotto. Like, I would probably question whether that's just some kind of like quasi-aristocratic phrase. Oh yeah, 2 shits in the night. Yeah, that's what you guys talk about.
No, it's just me being an
It's
idiot.
you being an idiot.
Started doing shift work. That's where this came from. So now I get up at 7 and work till about 4 on the wedding day. I'd like do breakfast. And then around 4 or 5, Will comes downstairs for the first time and closes down the bar, which is quite opposite to how we are like wired as people, because I'm a night owl. Will's a morning person.
Why don't you flip it?
We do it this way because I don't really have the authoritative presence to tell people that it's last call on the bar.
Yeah.
And I end up like getting pushed around a bit, or like I don't want to be the one that poops the party.
You want to appease people, so say if it's 1 a.m. and somebody says, "Hey, can I have a drink?" You will stay behind the bar and pull it. Like,
Yeah, I have the bar open till
And you're the
5
baddie.
a.m.
oh, I say I'm tired.
yeah.
I'll give you one.
Get out of my house.
I'll give you one drink and I'll go to bed.
Will's the baddie.
So do you? It's a really interesting one. The kind of split responsibilities versus doing everything together. Because obviously the upside is you get your own time, and and you're not working 18-hour days. You're working your 9 or 10-hour day or whatever. But on the flip side, I guess you guys aren't facing it together. So yeah, how have you found that move towards shifts?
Yeah, I actually I played a song to Cassidy the other day. Akon, right? Nah. Do you know that song? Because it starts
You've
off.
got to sing it to me.
I'm not singing it. No chance.
It's been so long since I have seen your face.
There you go. So I played that. I played the lyrics and I said, that's what I wanted to play.
You just played the first 10 seconds of the song.
And I was like,
See each other.
hey, we should see each other more.
But it's quite funny
2 shits
because
in the night.
decades ago, when we lived in Boston, I think we were like 21 at the time. I had this amazing job at a startup and they were hiring and Will didn't have a job. And I was like, Will, you've got to come apply for this job. It'd be perfect for you. And he was like, I don't want to work with you. Imagine seeing each other all day, every day. That'd be too much of each other. We'd get sick of each other. And look what
Look at you
now.
now.
So I actually think it's quite nice to have a bit of separation, because it is literally like he comes upstairs at 3 a.m. and I'm groggy and I'm just like, how was your day at work, honey? It's like back to the old days.
But yeah, it's also, I guess it's quite nice because you have something different to speak about with your partner because you've had a different experience of that event, and you can kind of and also if you're it gives you that sense of autonomy and responsibility. Like, I think quite often I can imagine if you're a couple and you're doing everything together and you're hand in glove, you want to make decisions together all the time. Whereas if you're on your own for 9 hours, you just have to crack on, right? You just have to get on with it. So I guess that could be quite nice.
It is quite nice. Yeah. Like there was an incident recently where it was in the morning and I thought, do I need to wake Will up for this? Basically, I had a couple missed calls.
Yeah.
Should we wait a second for this?
At the moment, there is there's a helicopter going over the top. I don't know what kind of helicopter it is. It's red. It's a red helicopter.
It's a rescue one.
That's a rescue helicopter. Probably just looking out for us.
Yeah. Hey, we have reports there are some people stuck on the roof. Is that you?
On the roof, yeah.
Long story short, there was an incident pretty recently where my general manager, Tim, needed assistance in the morning because there was an undressed elderly person needing help getting up off the floor.
Hey.
Yes. And all I got was a text saying, emergency, accessible room now. And I was like, oh God, do I wake Will up for this? And I decided to take it on myself. And luckily I did, because there's not a whole lot you could have done.
Well done.
Let you sleep.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough one. And just out of the last 2 weeks of having a kid, there's so many of those moments where you're like, all right, my wife's upstairs sleeping, but the kid's having a total meltdown. Like I feel like I should probably just step up and do this and
quite
figure it out.
empowering.
Yeah, it is quite good until the kid kind of explodes, and you're like, maybe I should have asked Beth. But anyway, number 3, the time Will slipped on a pickle. For some reason, this is connected in my mind to the Girth story, but I don't know. I've got a lot of things going on in their head of them.
I cut.
Tragically, I can't speak on this because I wasn't there to witness.
Oh no!
Yeah, we were cooking in the kitchen, and we bought these. We bought these sun-dried tomatoes and sun-dried tomatoes packed with mozzarella, and we had a lot of gherkins and pickles.
Yeah, nice.
We're doing a barbecue, so I was unpacking it all because Tim asked me to, and I think he knew that this was the worst job. I'd never done it before because it was awful. The amount of like grease and oil in these things was just hideous. So I managed to drop a couple on the floor, and I left and then came back and just wiped out on a pickle.
No.
Yeah.
Did you fully hit the floor?
Oh yeah, I hit the floor and then skidded because the amount of grease that was on the floor, it was bad.
So you slipped up. Your feet went from underneath you, where you arse down on the floor first, and then
Arse
You do the splits.
Yeah.
Arse down. Yeah, it was comical.
Oh, did everyone
Very
laugh?
cartoonish. I can't remember.
How hard did you hit your head on the floor?
The time I slipped on a pickle.
But then you just carry on.
I
covered it.
carry on.
Will's walking
How did
around.
you just start it out?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I meant to
gotta.
do that. Yeah,
You
it was just
gotta.
a kind
You
of
carry on.
celebratory
Carry on with the whole
A
wedding
massive
covered in grease.
side.
Massive grease stain up his bottom, walking around your wedding. It's reeking of vinegar. And you're just meant to
Vinegar
say,
smell.
oh yeah, that's fine.
So was this happened? I assume over the last 10 days, where you had.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get the names right. Alex and Beth's wedding.
Alex and Beth.
Lucinda, shout out to Lucinda.
Lucinda
of
and Hugh.
interior design fame.
Yes.
And Hugh. And Ed and Jean.
Ed and Jean.
The trifecta of weddings over the last 10 days. Well, firstly, you must be knackered. And secondly, how was it?
Oh, yeah. I have no bad things to say.
It was a
Literally,
triumph.
we had approximately
Well done.
700 people through the house in the past week, probably more, and every single person had a great time, and they all had great things to say. One of the couples, I said, did you have a good time, and how was it? And they said, well, it was nothing short of spectacular.
Oh.
And I said, well, that's great, but let me know the bad things. I like the bad things. And they said, it's going to take us a while to come down from cloud 9, and it's going to take us an even longer time to think of any bad things. But never heard from them again. But
That's so nice.
yeah,
It was really nice. The team worked so hard. There's something really spectacular about delivering an amazing, amazing wedding, saying goodbye, oh my God, have an amazing time on your honeymoon, and then just blitzing the house
Yeah.
in about 18 hours, full team effort, stripping beds, emptying bins,
Ready for the next
mopping,
job.
hoovering, and then to have that energy to greet someone so excitedly for their wedding. And the team genuinely feels excited. There's nothing inauthentic about it. It's like we want the house to be perfect for them.
and the way I see it, and actually the book that you lent me has a really nice point on it, and it says, why'd you go into work? Is it to make a lot of money? Probably not, because then you'd be a banker or accountant.
You certainly wouldn't be doing back up.
Yeah, I would be in a hospitality business. Why do we come into work? The reason we come into work is to make people happy and make ourselves feel comfortable and in a positive environment that are actually having a positive impact on people's lives that they're going to remember forever.
Yeah.
Their whole life, and they're going to tell their kids about.
It's one of the best
That is good.
experiences, what we do, because you're getting real-time feedback from people all the time. I think it was you that pointed that out. There's not many jobs where people go, oh my God, you're doing amazing work.
Yeah.
Like-
Or you're doing terribly. Yeah. And this will happen over the course of the weekend, right?
It can happen.
Yeah.
We embrace it. We're always looking to learn. But
And you mentioned that the 3 weddings, although they were obviously at the same venue, they had very different flavors. So giving an idea of the difference that you saw between the 3, I saw some great photos, but
We're too into the weeds of each individual wedding, but they were very different.
one wedding had an air show. One wedding had no tables and chairs. It was all standing
Oh,
with
very cool.
Posier tables. One wedding had a handmade wedding cake made by the mother of the bride. One had a selection of cupcakes, just a complete range.
that's really
One used the dining room for a ceremony. One used the chapel for a ceremony. One used outdoors for a ceremony.
Oh.
It's just nice it's not Groundhog Day here at all. We're not watching.
Definitely not Groundhog Day. No day is boring.
No
You
day
wake
is
up
boring.
one day and you look at the things in your calendar and you go, right, I'm going to do none of them today. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's not going to be them.
You hear different bands, different DJs have different caterers in every time, different vendors, different photographers. Yeah, we see a couple repeat vendors come back, and it's always really nice to see them because they'll say like, "Oh my God, last time I was here, you didn't have XYZ, or you didn't have tables and chairs outside. No one had a place to sit outside." It's just fun to like, you almost forget how far we've come until you speak with someone who was here 6 months ago and they go, "Oh, geez."
I find it, it just sounds bad, but I find it really nice when we have repeat vendors come in and I recognize them and I know who they are and I know the weddings that they've done, but I can't remember their name.
Matey boy?
Yeah, that's what I go for, and it's really awkward. So the best thing is when they say they use their own name in conversation or something like that, and they go, "Oh yeah, James" or whatever.
They just say their own name randomly.
Yeah, in conversation.
Well,
James is happy to see you again. But why are you talking in third person?
how to interact with Will.
No, the best way to do it is to ask like, "Oh, I've taken a great picture. How do I tag you on Instagram?" Because a lot of these businesses are like,
Very good.
Smart.
Mitch so-and-so photography. You're like, aha.
Mitch
So
boy.
you must be Mitch.
Ah,
I know you.
and I noticed from your Instagram that you did put up a lovely photo of the team as well.
Yeah.
Kind of shout outs to the people behind the scenes, which I think was really nice.
A select few of the incredible team that we have, and every single member is just. I can't give them enough credit.
You cannot train people to care.
Yeah.
You just
I think
can't.
it's nice. It's a nice way of putting it.
Just maybe gotten lucky, maybe magicked it somehow, but everyone on the team cares so much. And I think the only quality we really look for when we're hiring someone is their ability to care, their empathy. That's effectively it. We're not looking at like past experience or anything. It's one of my interview questions is, tell me about a time outside of work that you went above and beyond to care for someone. Just like, it could be your
Failed that interview.
Go on. What did you say?
I mean, I've got a child, so I can kind of reference that, but I don't think that really counts.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that's a really good
Go
question.
above and beyond to care for someone. Surely you've got something.
Oh yeah, I've got loads. I'm
It's
just
loads.
I'm just being modest. I don't
can't
want to
talk about it right
Yeah, it's character
The podcast
over
will go on
skill.
too long.
There's so many that I can't choose.
And we put up a Instagram poll recently.
Go on.
We did. We put one up that said, if you were to shoot a film at Berwick,
Yes.
which film would you shoot?
Yeah, this is
Now-
the thing. We've noticed we have quite a few horror films. Yeah, we're doing this interesting line between we're an incredibly romantic wedding venue and also a great horror film.
Can I just say that
Shit.
before you give the shout out to the people that top your list, I put one in there as well.
Did you?
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Is Jurassic Park horror?
No, it's not horror, but I think that just imagine dinosaurs roving around, like getting up onto the top, onto the repointed
Steven,
chimneys.
I think we had dinosaurs at the house
We
a
did
couple
one.
years ago. We
Yeah.
had Dinosaur Hotel 3 was shot here.
I
At
think
the
that was
same time.
3.
Dinosaur,
And Crocodile Hotel 2.
No. It was Dinosaur Hotel 3 and Snake Hotel.
It was a Snake Hotel.
Oh my
Maybe.
God, you guys are really making it. Anyway, go on. Let's
Somehow shot at the same time, just different CGIs. But
Yeah,
the
so-
sequel.
We've had a lot of responses actually. One of them is from somebody called Stephen. Yeah, says Jurassic Park.
Hey.
Wait. Wow.
Uh,
what are the
Sophie?
chances?
Sophie reckons Pride and Prejudice would be great shot here.
Oh, that would be
Big-
perfect.
So shout out to Sophie.
I'm ashamed to say that I have not seen Pride and Prejudice, nor have
That's
I,
Pride and Prejudice.
nor have I seen Downton Abbey.
Your dad's in Pride and Prejudice?
He is, yeah. Yeah, he met Keira Knightley. He tells me he kissed her, but I think it's a lie.
Yeah.
That's BS.
That's BS, yeah.
He met her because he was an extra because he knew, I think he needed a makeup artist or something.
So he commercialized the almshouses and he kissed Keira Knightley.
And he's repointed the chimney.
And he's repointed every
Yes,
chimney.
yeah, the man
At
Frederick
80,000
Elson.
pounds a chimney.
Oh my God.
Hideous. About 11 of them.
All right, so Pride and Prejudice. I
Pride and Prejudice.
buy into that. I think that'd
Sophie.
be brilliant.
You
Well
buy
done,
into
Sophie.
The Keira Knightley thing.
I buy into the whole thing. Yeah, I buy into the
Cool.
Catastrophe and the Cure reckons Jaws could be shot here.
Okay, that's a
Jaws.
strange one. I suppose
mean-
River Seven.
We are in the
can see it.
only double landlocked county in the entire United
It's the largest double landlocked county as well.
So we are nowhere near an ocean.
No.
Where's Jaws going to come out
The
of?
7.
The Fern Grotto.
I think we need to ask.
The bathtubs for the
I've
leaks.
got questions.
Yeah, okay, we might have follow-up questions for that
Our
one, but
posh clawfoot tubs have great
they were
whites.
kind of spawning great whites. in
Yeah.
them.
Greta has a great one. Ghosts.
Ooh, that's a TV
Well, that-
series, isn't it?
Well, that also sets us up for, I don't know whether it'll be the next episode, but maybe the episode after next. We're gonna make a ghosty episode, I think.
A spoopy.
So maybe who said that?
Greta.
Greta will get her kind of wish through our ghosty episode,
That'd be quick.
and I'll wear a bed sheet. With all eyes.
I'll wear a Shrek costume.
We're having Spooky Jane back.
Spooky
Lady
Jane.
Jane. Yeah, she's never come back.
Oh, why? We need Spooky Jane back.
I
This is
saw it
Spooky
in a
Jane.
vision.
Any more, Will?
Yeah, loads. A Bond film from Shropshire Weddings Events.
Well, shout out to Shropshire Weddings and Events.
It's Jane.
Yeah, get me.
That'll be Jade.
Well, yeah.
Spooky Jane.
Not Spooky Jane. Spooky Jane didn't weigh in, but I would love to hear what Spooky Jane would say. Home Alone English version from Andalusia.
Minus Trump.
Minus Trump.
Oh yeah, minus Trump.
Is he in it?
He's in Home Alone.
Is he?
One of them.
Yeah, yes,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Is he
absolutely
the
right.
criminal?
I think he's the diddler.
Is he the
I don't know.
Home Alone, I like. I think Home Alone might be.
I like a Bond film. I could see a Bond film being shot here.
Who would be Bond?
Bond.
He
I
wants
would-
It's got to
to
be
say
you.
him.
It's got to
He
be you.
wants to
It's
say
got to
him.
be you.
Look at
Maybe
Another
Cassie.
chance.
me.
First American female Bond, just like
Or Tom.
all the.
So out of left field.
Yeah.
Tom. I could see Tom as it.
The States can't even have a female president. We're never gonna have a female Bond. No way.
So where
we
we?
want-
So where are we going to be next week?
Next week, I think we should be in Fern Grotto. Tom's rolling his eyes. Tom does not want to go
There's
to the Fern
no
Grotto.
power.
There's no
within, like,
power.
50 meters of
Yeah,
Fern Grotto.
maybe
But
not.
we will make it happen. It will be.
Let's go to the cellar. From
It'll-
upstairs to downstairs.
Well, no, I'm not discrediting the Fern Grotto. Like, with enough of a fire hazard, we can link enough extension leads together. To
We'll
make
need
it
lighting.
happen.
It is very dark.
We'll
Spooky.
need a lot.
We need a lot of lighting. So we'll see. Possibly Fern Grotto, possibly South.
Okay.
No lighting, no ferns,
but a lot of grotto.
but a lot of grotto.
On that note, thank you, Tom, for bearing the heat.
Oh, the saying is "bear with us."
Bear with us.
Yes, we were thinking of having a holding message on our phone, like "Your call is very important to us. Please bear with us as we rush around to."
Okay, that might be another poll.
Is that
Should they do that?
Is that? I think it's makes you quite
It
punchable.
is extremely. Can you imagine if you were livid over something and you called Berwick and they're like, "Please bear with us."
Yeah, I would drive to Berwick and Punchy. On that note, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Until next week.
Just grin and Berwick.
Berwick.